What will it be? I'm so bad at this. How do you... Thank you. Okay, No, I'm gonna fix it. I got it. Hey, Matt, this is how the sausage is made. Jeez. Great. Okay, I didn't start recording early enough, so for context, we've just watched a video for the See It portion in which we looked at some teacher moves for pacing and for heavy lifting. We've identified that we want to work specifically on pacing, and we're about to script that in. Now, going back into here. So what were the, can we go to the things you typed out? What were the, in the coaching doc?
Yeah, sorry.
So what were the pacing moves we named?
Jumping right into a cold call after a turn and talk, and shorter turn and talks were the main two.
Great. So can we script those things into that lesson that we just looked at? So we had cold call after TNT and shorter TNT.
Okay.
And I just want you to script the rounds in this arithmetic density, including the definition. Do it in like blue font or something else. And those are your instructions to you. And I'd like you to print this out and like use it as your guide for how to do it. And I think the thing we want to push for is very specific timestamps to make it to hold for you to keep yourself on track.
Okay.
Okay? So what'll it look like for the definition?
Probably 45 seconds.
So what are you gonna ask kids to do?
Write down the definition on page 1.
Do you want to talk and I can type? Will that be easier? Or do you want to type? Okay, great. So what are you going to say, Em?
Take 45 seconds. Write down the definition to arithmetic density.
Great. Do they know where to find the definition?
Ideally they should, because I point out the vocabulary and have them put a star next to it before we even go into this.
Great.
But
so then, so that's okay.
From page 1, I can say.
Or don't, and then just put in brackets. If if it's a day you can't circulate, then maybe you say it. If you're having a hard day, but if it's a day you can circulate, then if you see kids haven't started, what's the nonverbal you're going to do?
Point to this.
Yeah, or point back to the back of page, right, where it was. So just put that in brackets. Because one of the things that happened is, and I named that, I think, and I wrote that on that Post-it, was like you had everybody with you, and then one of your sort of teachers, and I do it too, one of your teachers' Achilles' heels is you go into these deep dive one-on-ones with one group of kids, and everybody else gets lost, and we don't want that. So don't spend time to say, hey, remember it was here, just point and walk on, okay, and get everybody on board. So you're going to circulate one around, point to page 1. Great. So are you going to positively narrate at this point?
Yeah.
Great. Maybe a new bullet point line.
Whoops.
Undo, Control Z. Undo. No tabs. Looking for, what are you going to name?
People on task.
People on task or specific.
I got it.
Okay.
Don't round up for me.
That's a merit.
Positively
That's
narrate.
a merit for zestiness.
Positively narrate people writing, and also positively narrate people turning the page back to page 1.
Great. There we go. Good. When your timer went off a couple of times today, and what happened?
I was still talking to a group.
And you asked me to turn it off. So, like, maybe making it, you don't have to do pencils down. That's very middle school. But like, make kids be done at 45 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at 45 seconds, timer goes off. When timer goes off or something like that, right? What is your next move? And then look at the things that you named.
Yeah, cold call right away.
How are you going to choose your kid?
For the first kid?
Yeah,
the first one?
The first time shouldn't be a gotcha.
Yeah, a loud kid. A loud kid that's
Great.
on task.
Great.
Okay.
Great. What are you going to tell that kid to do? Like script exactly what the prompt for the kid is.
Read your definition. So everyone can hear, or
Yeah, I want
a
you
lot
to,
of times I just say, read your definition, nice and loud.
Yeah. Now, I like naming another kid across the room
Mhm.
because that's very concrete. The only other thing to push for, this is a small thing, it's such a great thing. Don't say the kid's name first. Say the kid's name last.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to read your definition so that Katie can hear. Go ahead and read umbrella or whatever.
Umbrella.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's across the room. But that way everybody is visualizing
Mm-hmm.
reading so that you can hear. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
But as soon as you say the kid you're going to call on, all the other brains turn off.
Okay. Alright.
All right. And then let's say, so if kid reads loud enough, so like you're going to have like a decision tree here. If kid reads loud enough, what do you do? So, umbrella, read the definition. The definition of arithmetic density is the number of people per square unit of area. Is that correct? Great. What do you say to the class, to the student, etc.? What do you want?
I want them to have it written down.
You want everybody to have it written down.
I want
right?
everybody
Yeah,
to have
tell-
it written
tell
down.
them that. What do you say?
So make sure you have that written down.
Make sure you have that written down. And then be seen looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that group, that seventh block group, is pretty compliant. Like they mostly write it when you give them the chance to.
Mhm.
Your other groups, you might need to be like positively narrate. You're good at you've got really good at positive narration, so no problem. Instead, umbrella stumbles or mumbles or whatever. Now what do you do? Let me pause. What do you not do?
I don't do it for them.
Good. What do you do?
Ask them to repeat it. Give them another shot.
Great. The other way you can do it is, Katie, did you hear what she said?
Mm-hmm.
In other words, umbrella.
Yeah.
And let's pick a name. Like who's over here? Who's talking?
Yeah, here.
Yahir. Okay. Yahir says. Yahir mumbles. Hey, Katie, did you hear what Yahir said?
No.
You don't even have to say anything. Just the nonverbal. Do it again.
Okay.
Okay. If it's not louder, if they start and it's no louder, that is no louder. I need you to, and I say things like, have you ever been like mad at your brother? That loud, be that loud. Now you've picked a loud kid first.
Mhm.
So you might have to do that, just not for Yahir, but for somebody else. Okay? Great. So get the kid to repeat it. What if,
It's the wrong definition.
what if so what if it's not not correct? So reads it not correct. Or it's mostly there, but not totally there.
Ask what's wrong with it,
Perfect.
and then cold call a kid.
At that point, let me push you. I wouldn't cold call a different kid. That's mostly there, but something's missing. Turn and talk to your partner 20 seconds. What's missing? One thing, I'm going to cold call.
Okay.
Because then everybody is thinking about what's missing. And you may have to say, hey, it's really good, but something's missing. Everybody listen again. Turn and talk to your partner. What's missing? 20 seconds. Go. Blah, 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 blah. And then cold call.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully they won't miss that because it's already written for them.
And then what's the last step everybody has to do?
Write it down.
Go back in your notes and fix it. write it down. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. I mean, we're right. You know, because ideally they've already written it down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go back in and fix anything you didn't get right. All right. Any questions about it? You want to run it through once before you get up and practice it?
Okay.
Okay. I will be kiddo who talks. We'll just do a seated for right now. I'll have you get up in a second. So we're coming out of the independent writing time, you're going to put us into independent writing time. Where do we start?
This is literally the start.
Great. Go ahead. Walk it through.
Take 45 seconds. Write down the definition of arithmetic density. Awesome. Christopher found where the definition is on page 1. Christopher, that couldn't work.
Or try positively narrate. The kid next to me is working. The kid next to me is working. The kid next to me is working.
That's fair.
Okay, coming out of that.
All right, read your definition so Yahir can hear. Alex, go.
So arithmetic density is like when there's...
I'll pause you right there, Alex. So Yahir can hear. Louder. Go.
So arithmetic density is when there's like a lot of people in an area.
Okay, Stacia, could you hear that? No.
You said so Yahir could hear. Don't call in another kid. Yahir, could you hear that?
Fair, yeah. Yahir, could you hear that?
Arithmetic density is when there are people in an area.
That's mostly there. What's missing? Turn and talk, 20 seconds. What's missing? Go.
We'll just keep going. There was I
Was
thought
there
that
a step?
I think it's just framing. You said that's mostly there. You did say that. That's mostly there, but I think in your wording to kids, because kids are kids are doing two tasks, right? They're processing information and they're trying to comply with what you're telling them.
Okay.
And that's actually a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what you said, that's mostly there, and then you gave that direction, turn and talk. I would bullet point that better. So hey, mostly there, but something's missing.
Okay.
Pause. Give the kids a chance to realize that now you're giving feedback not on volume but on content. So hey, pretty good. There's something really important missing. Turn and talk to your neighbor, 20 seconds, what's missing? I'm going to cold call, go. Right? But give that pause of let the kids' brains adjust.
Yeah.
Try that, run that back one more time.
Okay. That's mostly there, but something's missing. Turn and talk with your partners, 20 seconds, what's missing? Go.
Right. I think that's really effective. So now I'm talking, I think what's missing is like the number of people, because they just said some people. So I think that's it.
Different kid this time, right?
What's your gut say?
Same kid. Well.
My gut says a new kid. My gut says a different kid.
Okay.
And this time it can be this time I think it can be a gotcha. Like if a kid hasn't done what you've asked.
Perfect. All right.
And then now there's a pacing question there. If you pick the kid who hasn't done what you asked, what's going to happen is you're going to put them back into a turn and talk. Now, why that's good is if one kid's off task, maybe 3 or 4 were off task. Mm-hmm. So if you call, so let's practice both ways. I'm gonna not have it. Call on me. So come out of the turn. So 20-second turn and talk. Hey, I think are we going to the?
All right, back up here in 3, 2, and 1. What's missing, Stacia?
I don't know.
All right, try it again. Turn and talk with your neighbors. 20 seconds. What's missing?
100% of us have to get here. You all know this. You just have to do the work. 20 more seconds. I'm going back to Christopher.
Okay.
And then sometimes you don't.
All right. 100% of us need to get this. I don't remember what the middle part was. But
put it in your own words.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
eventually
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
want to be saying what I'm saying.
Right.
But I think the messaging here is, we're not. I'll sometimes say, "Hey, Stacia, that's not okay, but no student left behind for you and for anybody else who doesn't have it. 20 more seconds, but I need you to get there.
Yeah.
Go."
Okay. 100% of us need to get this. 20 more seconds. Turn and talk with your neighbor. Go.
So I think.
Oh wait, and I'm gonna come back to Stacia. Go.
Great, and then maybe don't.
And then maybe do or don't.
And then maybe do and maybe don't.
Depending on the time.
Depending on if you see anybody else who's fluffing.
Fair.
Right. So, okay, coming out of it again. Just go back to this time.
Go. Sorry.
Just go back to Stacia.
Okay.
This time.
Okay.
What would that sound like? Go back in, 20 seconds, turn to talk, blah, 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 coming out of it.
Yeah. Eyes on Stacia. What's missing?
So we said that we didn't talk about the number of people. We thought the number of people would be important.
Good. How do we put this together?
Now I go back to the original kid.
Okay, so
To
now...
stamp it, right?
Okay.
Because the kid had missed something. Great, so back to, who do we name? Whoever's
Christopher.
whatever, right? Yeah. You see, but you see how this works, and you're incorporating
Like multiple...
lots
yeah.
of kids into that. It'll take some practice.
Yeah.
Follow that scripting. It'll get natural.
Okay.
So now let's say you go back, whoever. Let's say back to Christopher. Great. So Christopher, there was something missing. Put it all together for us now. Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the number of people in a given area. Is that right?
Yes. Great. Write that down. Okay.
Yeah.
20 seconds. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's run it one more time. I won't.
Won't be too difficult.
Oh, it might be difficult as a student, but I won't give you any corrective feedback in the moment. I want you to get it from start to finish. You can either go off script, you can either read the script or go off the script, all right? But I do want you to stand, and I'm gonna do the thing. And you call it. I can play a couple of different kiddos. Well, that's over. Sorry. If I move the table, we'll knock over the iPad. So no good.
It's all right.
All right, here we go.
It's terrible lotion anyway. Okay. Got it. It's gonna fall.
All right, it's gonna be super awkward. I'm just gonna hold this thing. There we go.
Take 45 seconds. Write down the definition to arithmetic density.
Writing.
Christopher is turning back to page 1 to find arithmetic density. Excellent. Everybody on table 4 already has it written down. Fantastic. Timer's off. Christopher.
Never said.
Oh, right. Never say the word first. You said you weren't going to give me real-time feedback. I'll do it again. Take 45 seconds. Write down the definition to arithmetic density.
Right. Timer goes off.
The definition to arithmetic density, Christopher, go.
It's people live in some area.
Not quite. Something is wrong with it. Take 20 seconds, turn and talk with your neighbors. What's wrong with that definition? Go.
It's gotta be, let's see, the number of people,
Okay. Read your, different kid, that's right. What was wrong with the definition? Yeah, here.
I don't know.
Okay, 100% of us need to know this. Take 20 more seconds, turn and talk with your neighbor, go.
So it's like, what did they say? Is it the number of people? It's just gotta be the number of people. Okay.
Alex, no, wait. Sorry. What was wrong with it, Alex?
Said.
All right. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry. I thought you were giving me real-time feedback again.
Nope. Said people, but I think it's got to be like the number of people in an area, because density has got to be about like numbers of people.
Excellent. Christopher, put that together for us, please.
Yeah, just you're using the word it a lot. I am giving you real-time feedback. You're using the word it a lot. Don't use pronouns. Please put together the definition of arithmetic density.
Okay. Christopher, put together the definition of arithmetic density for us.
So I guess it's the number of people that live in a specific area.
Write that down. 100% of us are writing it down. Awesome.
Great. All right, let's see. I'd say the only other thing there is, like, instead of write that down, just a little bit, like, hey, thank you for growth, right? You're like, that's not, because I didn't have it, now I've got it. It's an option for a merit. Like, hey, because what you're messaging here, and I can turn this off now, but what you're messaging here is, like, even if you don't have it at first, that's okay, but you got to get there.
We're going to get there in the end.
So, like, we've gotten there together. In fact, you got there basically without me, and so that's awesome. You've actually shown a really important academic skill by fixing something you didn't have before. And I think that's we can work on that messaging later, but that's such an important message for kids. How did it feel?
Felt a lot, like, definitely a lot more involved. Like, you're actually involving the kids as opposed to just the bare minimum of trying to make sure they have the right information.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where I've been at, is just trying to make sure that, like, at the very least, they walk out of here with complete notes.
Yeah.
It's just not really good enough.
And you may find that it'll slow things down at first, but it should speed things up later because you'll have everybody, or you'll have almost everybody, it's almost never everybody, almost everybody on board instead of 5 kids carrying the class. And so hopefully that slowing down now allows you to speed up later.
Okay.
That's usually the bet with heavy lifting. All right. When are you going to try it?
Today.
Okay. What block?
First block.
Let's film it.
Fine.
Great.
That's also my
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care. Give the demerit, send them out. I don't care.
It's not an AP block. So if you want that's what you want an AP block, don't you?
Can you put those script into a block tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday? Do that. I mean, I think I don't really think the moves are any different with an on-level block. I mean, you could try both.
I think the moves are probably the same. I think
the level of rigor might be less.
Yeah, it would be the level of rigor, and then like, I think with an AP block is, I mean, pacing matters for an on-level block.
Just,
but like,
do it on Monday.
Yeah.
Do it with block 7 so we can take data points of the same kids.
Okay.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll probably do it today too.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
We'll film it. I'm gonna stop.